Hey, welcome everybody. Today I figured that I would start my F8F Bearcat. I have nothing to do here. I have one friend, and I go over and do a Saturday at John's, and yeah, I'm locked up in this little closet for for hours, and so that's why. I mean, I don't need any more airplanes in here. I have three, four, five, six. I have, is that right? Three, yeah, I have six full-size stunners in this little room. And I have a profile over John, so that'll be the seventh one. And I'm trying to get over here and view this and go back here. I want to view it in studio. Let's see here. It says scheduled, but I don't know. This morning I spent, I don't know, probably an hour trying to get the audio working, and a real pain in the butt. I got two, three computers going and a telephone, and it's just a pain in the rear. I mean, these guys that are these engineers couldn't make it any more difficult. It's stupid what they do. Anyway, we're going to get going on this as soon as I can find the studio. Um, Views, date, restrictions, monetization, visibility. I want to view this in studio. Why can't I do that? Let's do this over here on this computer. YouTube isn't receiving enough. Open the widget. What the heck's going on? Why isn't YouTube receiving enough? Oh, God, this thing is driving me crazy. Error, poor stream is healthy, but poor. Why? I got to make sure that it's working okay. We might have to restart this again. Like I say, YouTube can't make it any more difficult. And these guys have nothing better to do than to sit and write code and screw things up. So you got to change your password and it's only to keep them with a job. And I understand that, but hey, design something new. Quit messing with stuff that works. Let's see here. Oh, bit rate. I'm sure the bit rate is good enough on this. Output. Yeah, 5,000 bit rate, so that's good. So it's just another YouTube error. I'm pretty well sick of that. And I can't seem to get this in studio here. Analytics, where is studio? Uh, I apologize, guys, but I've got to be able to control this thing or else it ain't going to work. Come on. It keeps saying upcoming, but it's not upcoming. It's going. Let me refresh that, see what happens. There it is, live. Okay, so now we got that. Maybe I can get into studio. And of course not. More options. Edit details. Analytics. I just want to get into studio. Okay, well at least the error code went away. No, now it's back. Permissions, defaults, close. It might take a couple minutes to get this fixed. I hope you guys understand. We're live now. We want to edit it in studio. We're on, we're public. Everyone can see the video. Yeah, we're on. Video none. See, they've changed this again now too, so view on YouTube. Edit title and description. No, I don't want to do, I want studio. Damn. Let's try this. Control C. I have to use stun hanger sometimes to send myself messages because these stupid programs don't work. Messages, my messages, send a message. Come on. And got 2 moderator reports. You guys quit bugging me with them moderator reports. Control V. Whining about masks and nonsense. If you don't like it, don't read it. Link. Link. Send. I know that's what it is about too. Guaranteed. Well, somebody won't wear a mask. I'm not wearing a mask. I don't live in China. Let's see here. Let's go over here. And we'll read my messages. It should have came up. Yep, today. Link. And we should be able to get the studio up there now. Yep. Just another workaround. Stupid ass YouTube. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth stream. Oh well. Sound and picture all fine on my end by Craig. Okay, Craig. Now at least I can see what I'm doing. All right, so let's get to work on Outrage Bearcat. I need to pull this up. If the stream drops out for whatever reason, don't fret. I'll be back. We'll do something. So anyway, let's turn this down. And I'm not sure. I might have to do what here to get more of a screen. I'm in very tight quarters here, so yeah. So there's no way to get any distance. Let's try that. Why is that crooked? Ah! Okay. So I can move this out of the way. All these mice. Okay, I went over John's yesterday. As you know, I was doing Saturday at John's, and I ended up getting some motor mount material. This is 1/2 by 1/2, and this is 3/8 by 1/2. I have a jig here. It's a piece of melamine or whatever. It's basically particle board with, like, formica on both sides. And there's a straight line drawn down the center. I've never built an airplane like this. I talked to Al Rabe yesterday, and Al is going to send me his molds and all the other parts that he happens to have, because he's moving his office. Something, I don't know. He's got a building that he needs to vacate. So that's a good thing for me. Not for Al, maybe, but for me. Now, why can't I drag that over? Okay, let's do it this way. There we go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we'll get the box up. I'm going to leave all the wing parts in there. We're going to build a fuselage first. I'm taking that all this is wing stuff. I also asked Al what the wing was sheeted with. There looks like fuselage parts on this too. This is a Walter Umland kit. So we know if I end up with parts left over, I didn't build it right. So we hope we don't do that. There's the first bulkhead. I don't know what these, I'm not sure. I'm going to build it to Al Rabe's specs. So he said it would be the most enjoyable airplane I've ever had. I don't know, Al. We'll try. I like light. He likes whatever. It's a very nice kit. Very, very nice. It's a short kit. It's I'm gonna have to supply the sheeting and the skins and all that. Like that's why Al is sending me his molds, so I don't have to make them. I'm sure that's a bulkhead for the fuselage. I just don't know where. Yeah, I should practice, seeing as it. I had 12 flights for the year, and 8 of those were at the Nats. We got a contest coming up next weekend, and John says, "You gonna practice?" No, that'll be 8, 19 flights for the year. I get what I get. Okay, so there's that bulkhead. Now, I think this is the front one. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is all wing stuff here. You kind of hate to throw anything out because, yep, almost did it. All these plywood ribs are doublers, so I'm going to have to go through and glue these to, I'm not sure whether 16th or 8th or what. Al builds a pretty robust airplane, I know that for sure. Okay. So we need this. We're going to need the plans, because I got no clue what I'm looking at. Yeah, there's a lot of plywood in this baby. Got to have the plywall. Was looking for my Dremel tool, and it's like it's not in the apartment. I have no clue where it got off to. Might have to go buy another one. Shit. Man, isn't that a bummer? Lose something right in your own place. Okay. So. How is the audio, guys? Is the sound okay? I worked on it forever this morning to get it going. We don't need all these. Wow, they're all 8. .532 thick. So what I'm going to need to do is transpose these lines to the jig. And Al's been so kind to give me those measurements. Three and a quarter, 3 1/8. Better measure them to make sure. We're going to need this. And we got 5 1/4. Incorrect markings. Incorrect. Or it's incorrect markings, or 5 1/4, 4 7/8. Yeah, they're not right. We got 3 1/4. That ain't right either. Ain't none of these line markings right. 3 1/8. That's 3. That's 3 3/8. Supposed to be 3 1/4. That's well, that's 4 7/8. So that's close. This one here is 5 1/4. That's good. Somebody didn't read their pencil. 4 1/2. Well, that's 4 1/2 to the inside. Are we going inside or outside? Should be center lines, I guess. I think we'll mark center lines. 4 1/2. That ain't right. It ain't right. It's this center line. You know, if you make a mistake by 1/8 of an inch laying this out, by the time you get to the end, you're 2 inches out. Shit. Oh man, Al. did you not draw this correctly? Says CL. Let's get an overall measurement. As I stated, if I make a mistake by 1/8 of an inch on a couple of, just on a couple, that would screw things up big time. But I know what I can do. I figured it out, how I can cheat it. So he's using 3/8 by half motor mounts. Good. Okay. I didn't have to do the half by half windy setup. Okay, so let's take these and get them off here. So we're going to lay this out. And we're going to set them right there. So you can find a Sharpie. Probably not. I took them all back to work. Yep, got one. Okay, great. So I need my dressmaker's tape, which is right here. See, this is why it's so much easier to build from your head than from plans, because here I'm having to compensate for a couple of mistakes, and I'm not sure where the mistakes came in, whether they're mistakes in copying or mistakes in drawing or mistakes in reading the tape measure, but there's definitely mistakes. I wish I had the real airplane here, that way I could measure it. So the total overall length on these bulkheads from the outside to the outside is, I know damn well that's a mistake. It's 30 outside of this bulkhead. To the outside of this, yep, 35 and 15/16. Okay, now it says that the stream is not receiving enough video. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah, I guess. It looks like it. Wish YouTube would get their act together. Okay. I'm going to use that carbon bell crank in there too, I think. That one I got in the Crackler. Must be a big mama, so. Okay, so we got a 36-inch long fuselage. Now this is to the outside. We'll put it right here. Make a mark. Come down this way. Now the only bad thing about building this on here is it kind of screws up my YouTube streaming table. 36, but what are we going to do? Okay, so now we got the ends. That's the absolute end. So now, no matter what, the airplane's going to come out the right length. It doesn't matter whether I gain an 1/8 or 1/16 per bulkhead or whatever. It's going to be the right length. So it says the first one is 3 1/8. Yeah. 3 1/8. And then, God, I wish I had another table I could set this set of plans on so I could don't have to drop them on the floor every time. Then 3 1/4. Then 4 7/8. Then 5 1/4. Now, seeing that I've never built an airplane using this method, I'm sure I'm going to be interjecting some of my own method. 5 1/4, 4 1/2. And then 4 1/2 again, 4 1/2 and 4 1/2. So we go 10, that's 4 1/2. And then 4 more is 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5. And 4 1/2. And then 4 1/2 again. And 6 3/8. So 4 1/2 again. 1, 2, 3, 4 1/2. Now, according to Al's plans, the way that it's marked out, this last measurement should be 6 3/8. Let's see. It's not. It's 6 1/4. See, it's actually not even 6 1/4. It's 6 3/16. So maybe that's what he meant. But we had to, I gotta make some kind of executive decision on this. So now I'm going to draw the stations in there. Are we still live? I might have to go to the phone because I know the phone will stream. Yeah, looks like we're live still. Okay, there's the stations. Shit, I might have to watch Al's videos to see how this is done. Okay. Better put the direction on this thing. The hell, I just dropped it. There we go. That's forward. Okay, here's the motor mount plate. That goes up here like so. Man, that's a big mama. I guess this gets glued into that. This is all plywood. Okay, these. Man, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, you guys think I'm going to be able to figure this out? Nothing's numbered. So we know that's first. It's got to be first. This has got to be second. Are these the same? Yep. These are the same, so these get sandwiched together. These two bulkheads get sandwiched on 1/8" plywood, or 1/8" balsa. So this has got to be number 1, number 2. It's got to be number 3. This has got to be number 4. Well, you make a mistake here in laying these out, and the whole airplane is junk. I'm gonna have to double check this because, like I say, I've never built an airplane like this at all. Not that it's not, you know, it's not beyond my capability, but I want to make sure I do it right. So that's that one. Gotta be. I want to know why there's so much damn plywood in this thing. This is not fuselage part, I don't believe. Okay. This gets glued to that. Gotta be. I guess we're gonna do a lot of white gluing with this, because the white glue will give me enough time to position wood, and it'll probably be lighter than CA. I think I'm going to use engineering to save some weight, because now this looks like he threw wood at it. So we'll use some grain structure. So how do we do this here? We know we're going to need that. I need to find my 72. Okay, we got any questions? Where are the mics? Let's see here. 40 minutes and still haven't got anything done. Just got it out of the box. So these pieces here, I believe, are wing braces of some type. Belt crank braces, I think. But we'll see how it goes. Special thanks to Walter Ellen. I've had this kit since 2015, so 5 years. Yes, Sato 72, Gary. Yes, it's a huge airplane. It's huge. So let's see where my Sato is. That's an 80. It might be down in that box too. Here it is, right here. Al was kind enough to send me his muffler that he didn't use. So we got an Al Rabe muffler. So that's good. Let's see if this is a perfect fit. It is a perfect fit. Now I gotta watch this because this thing has motor offset built right in it. I can see that he has 3 degrees motor offset built right into this crutch. So this is the top. Or, let's see here. Yeah, top. So the motor gets mounted down here. I better mark that to the outside. Huh. They didn't take into account for the carburetor here. I wonder what Al did for a carburetor. Okay, how am I going to do that? This is Steve Moon Venturi. Better look at the plans. Let's look at the plan and see where that Venturi comes out. Kind of all the things you got to take into consideration. It does. It comes right straight up. Okay. What are A, B, C? Oh, that's motor mount holes. Okay. 5/32 thick. Wow. So you gotta, it looks to me that even the motor mounts are offset. So you kind of, he says 2, but it looks more like 3. So I gotta put motor mounts in it and make sure the angle's going in the right direction. If the 80 doesn't, or the 72 doesn't work, we got an FA80 right here, brand new in the box. Maybe that bolt pattern's the same, I don't know. Al said he used a 90 on his last one. Big Mama. Yeah, the 80 is a little bit bigger. We might use the 80 in this dog. I'll have to think about it. Brand new muffler. This is a brand new motor. Brand new. Never run, never started, never mounted. And we might use the 80. Let's see here. I wonder if that Venturi would bolt right onto that. Yep. Nope. The crankcase is bigger. So I would have to make a bell and a Venturi block. I mean, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I think we might use the 80. Here's the determining factor. Let's see what it weighs. The F8 weighs 18.5 ounces. The Sato 72 weighs 15.25 ounces. So I guess we might use this. Of course, I don't know. Might build it for both. It could end up super nose heavy or tail heavy. You have to add the weight. That's why Al did it. This project's been in the planning stages for 5 years. I've been wanting to build this. It's a Grumman Navy airplane, so here I got some motor mount material. Let's stick the motor mounts in these holes and see which way these bulkheads need to be laid out. Because on the plans it looks like the motor mounts run off 3 degrees as well. As I stated, the plans say 2. I say it's 3. Ah, I see how that works. Okay. So what he's got here is this all keys together. Now I would assume that the lettering should stay on the same side. So this keys into this. Now how can that be? Oh, I see. Okay. This keys into that. It don't seem right. That key's there. Yeah, this is better. So these are the first 2. And this is the next one. So we got that. Let's give her a whirl, see if it fits. Naturally, it's not going to fit. Nope. I'm going to have to. Hey, William Wallace, thank you. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's something. It it sure helps the channel. Super chats help the channel, not only monetarily, but they help. You know the metrics. There we go. The metrics of the thing. So I appreciate it. Oh, holy moly, that's a big one, William or Bill. The audio current. I don't understand what the heck's wrong with YouTube here. Okay, so now what I need to do is I'm going to have to cut some motor mounts because this is way too long to play with. Can you guys hear me okay? It says the audio bit rate is lower than it's supposed to be. YouTube's screwing around. Okay, let's get a measurement on these motor mount lengths and cut two pieces. Okay, that's the solid motor mount there, and they need to be 6 inches. I need two pieces of audio's fine. I don't wonder why I keep getting warnings. Audio this and that. So I need two pieces 6 inches long. And as I stated, I had these laid out wrong. It's a good thing I checked because that would not have worked very well. That's okay. This wood is hard. We'll get two 6 inches out of this piece. Al said that I would enjoy building this airplane and I would come to want to work on it. Yeah, that works for me. Okay. I wonder if I'm going to be able to use my hinges on this thing. I hope so. You know, now that I look at that, that is an unbelievable super chat donation, William. God, I thank you so much. Okay, so we need that. Got some stuff on there. I think that's the biggest. I know that's the biggest super chat I've ever got. Yeah. Okay, two pieces 6 inches long. So we'll go 12. Yeah, just make the marks at 6. 6, 12. Now, normally at my house or John's or whatever, I would just cut that on the bandsaw or whatever, but I'm going to have to cut this with a miter box. If I can find it. No, can't find it. Come on. Ah, got it. All right. So we got the miter box. Now we need a saw. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find that. Here we go. Got a saw. We have to buy some more of these saws. Anybody use them Japanese back saws that I see on woodworking channels? They sure look sharp. Now I'm cutting it with a miter saw so that I can keep the end straight. And this will be the end that Al uses a big old panhead wood screw on the end of the plywood to bolt the motor mount. I don't know that I'm going to go that far. But. I got a brilliant idea. Because this airplane is going to be heavy and big, I'm going to get me documentation for fun scale. And I'll go ahead and put a servo in it to run throttle. And we'll build it as scale looking as possible. And that way, I'll have a sport scale airplane that stunts. I don't know how many of you guys remember 2015 I made. Yeah, I know, Craig. But I do want to build one. 2015, I made my first attempt at scale building and going to the nets. I built the shoestring. It can be found here on my YouTube channel. I still have it. I could drag it out and fly it again. I've been invited to the, whatever they call it, I don't know, the scale comp. Anyway, I ended up getting 3rd place. Kind of gave me a sour taste in my mouth on how that happened. But I did lose a flight because the cowl came off, which is my fault. It will never happen again. And I could have been Grand National Champion, but ended up 3rd. And that was my first attempt at scale. So with this airplane, with as scale-like as it is, I don't believe it's close enough for sport scale, but it definitely is close enough for fun scale. So not only will I have a stunt plane, I can fly it in sport scale or fun scale. Al does such a beautiful job at building the scale-like effect. Well, this is going to drive me nuts here getting this cut. I need to go over John's and cut these on a saw. Let's see how I can. It don't want to operate either. Let's see here. Is it got glue on it? Yeah, got a little glue on it. You know, I've been here 3 years. Building these stupid airplanes in the closet. It's been a real burden. But we are getting, you know, I was retired once, and the way that I look at it, with what's going on in the world right now, I need to keep working and get as much as I can paid off. And this is ridiculous. Someday maybe I get to retire. Come on. Gotta get through it. Sure was a shame my buddy Jerry died. I had 2 friends here and I only got 1. Yay, we got it off finally. Shit. Let's see what it says. Yeah, it's it definitely has the scale appearance. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, this airplane is that big around. It's huge. And look at this mama. Okay. I sure was surprised to have, you know, I talked to Al for probably an hour yesterday. He said, I'm his best friend. I guess that's all that's left. He's going to send me those molds. Otherwise, I'd be working on molds right now instead of would you guys like me to post another Snaggletooth video in the series? I got another one that I could post. Al Rabe. I'm trying to make the channel as most entertaining as possible. I did take a week off after the Nats, and I apologize, but we were going to work at 2 o'clock, or getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning and be at work early morning, get off at 2. It just them 12-hour days just kind of killed me. What's going on here? Well, it helps you put the stuff in right. Okay. I know this is boring, but Jack Snavely. Hey, Jack. We got Craig and Jack and William. We'll run this about 2 hours, and I'll take a break and come back. I've been on an hour now. I don't know how you guys can stand it, watching me saw and sand, and hopefully you guys learned something. I mean, holy moly. I got a regular wood saw, but that won't fit in this miter box. Got a jigsaw. I don't have my Dremel tool. I have no clue where it got off to. I'm going to have to rip this place apart looking for it. Unless somebody came in here and took it. They didn't want to hear that me screaming it in the morning anymore. Okay, let's see what we got here. I don't want to bust it. Ah. Gee, Manetly. That's why. Wrong saw. Jesus Christ. Yeah, free build, and this will drive me nuts. I can see this coming. Oh, shit. Now there it went. Okay. We got it. Finally. So I got two ends that are good and two ends that are bad. So we'll do this. Alright, that cleaned up easy. You look there, it cleaned up perfect. Get this square here. Do the other ends. It works so good. That's amazing. Okay, finally. So let's see if we can get it fit together. Okay. Now why? Like it ran short. I measured them out. I measured them out on the plans, but look, it's short. And this has no way to key in. Aggravating. So we could slot that and key that on there. Like I said, I'm going to use some engineering that doesn't appear to be in this build. So I could slot this end here like this side and slide that on, and that would lock that all together. Hello, Marcus. Buenos tardes. Okay, what are we going to do here? Why is this so difficult? There it is, popped through finally. Yep, I can already see a change coming. Unless it wasn't cut. And because I measured this off the plans. And this here, we're going to have to file, when I glue that together, we're going to have to file that. So this piece here goes on like so, but there's no slot for this to key into. So let's look at the plan and see what he says. And there's no key there. one of two things is wrong here. Either the plans are wrong or the parts are wrong. So let's figure out which one it is. I made those motor mounts 6 inches. That's what this measures. This plywood piece goes from F1 through F2 onto F3 or C. He uses A, B, and C. And it goes all the way to the back. The motor mounts go out the holes. They go out these holes right here, supposed to. But if you look right here, this piece can't be 6 inches long. It has to be longer. It has to be 6 1/4. So let's measure it. I should have measured. I might be cutting 2 more motor mounts. And I gotta slide this off of here to get an accurate measurement. Damn. This could be a real pain in the butt. Okay. So this piece here has to be longer than 6 inches. It has to be. It is 6 1/8. Aggravating. So which one's right? The plans or the parts? So let's think about this. If this is 6 1/8, this is 6 1/8, and you can see that it's hanging over 1/8 of an inch. Plus, it has to go through that bulkhead that's at least 1/8 of an inch. These motor mounts need to be 6 1/4, not 6 inches. So they hang out over the top of this 1/8 of an inch. I need to figure out which way is pointed out too. Doesn't show. Doesn't show up. So this appears to be the top. God, nothing is right. Yep, we're going to be doing some redesigning here. Six and yeah, this is the top. This is the top. So we better mark it. Top. T-O-P. So now I got to recut them. Yeah, well, the part against the plan, the part's bigger. I measured from the plan 6 inches, and the part is 6 1/8. Plus, it needs to hang over 1/8, so it needs to be 6 1/4. Well, it's just part of doing this, I guess. I don't, kids watching at home, I don't recommend doing this. You could probably hurt yourself pretty good doing that. Okay. Okay. The difference is that much. So let's measure it again. Six and 5/16 or 5/32. Now I won't work on this. Well, I can't say that. I'll try to do this all on camera, this whole build. And that way you get you get to see the mistakes. So there's going to be at least 100 hours of video doing this. You can look for this series to last until next year sometime. I bet I left my Dremel tool in St. Louis. Now that I think about it, I'll have to go down to Lowe's and buy another one. So I'll have 3. Okay, so yep, about a 64th big. Okay, try again. This is the top. This goes on here like so. This is F2 or C. I wonder why he didn't mark them. Nothing's marked. Better check that against the plan. 16th inch balsa wood. No. 60-inch balsa wood roof between stabilizer to direct cooling to air block back of engine. Okay, well, we'll get that. So that is number 2. This is C. This is the top. This goes in like so. Need the 2 long ones. That's a long one. Now that makes more sense. That's the long one. Okay, we're going to do our first gluing here in a second. Okay, so what's happened is I have these 2 pieces hanging out over the end, so that when I glue these 2 together on a piece of, it says 5/32. So 5/32 would be the eighth, and these 2 pieces are 64th, I guess. So it's gonna have to be an 1/8. But then this keys into this. Makes much more sense. Come on. I don't know why he didn't key it in on the front. I need to trim this a little bit. It doesn't want to cooperate. A little too tight. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way, Charlie. You guys think I can do this or not? I don't know. It's getting frustrating. Yeah, come on. Get on there. Shit. When in doubt, I'm a hammer. I'm a mechanic. Hammer it. Stupid thing. I probably should glue that together before we get too far. There it is. Finally. Tight. Okay. No, I'm gonna have to trim it. trim it, file it, sand it. Yep, I bet I left that Dremel in St. Louis. That's another $50. 10:30, I have to go down and get one. At least I got my bits here. I'll make one more look, I suppose. Okay, so that and that super chat still hanging up there. God, we appreciate it. Unbelievable. They either these are too big or these are too small. I can't tell. I'm thinking that they're cut a little small, which is okay. There we go. That's one. There we go, two. So now that'll go together good. Goes like so. So now the next order of business is to glue the doublers or the bulkheads together. You see what I'm saying? This is notched out here. It'll sticks all the way through because this is two pieces of wood sandwiched together. So I need to do some thinking. Then I gotta build some type of braces to hold this jig. We got the stations. So I'll have to build some 45s or triangles or whatever to hold these in place. Okay, let's see what we got here. Got a frustrating. Yeah, well, I know I can do it. I just wish the measurements were correct. When I was in the Navy working on real airplanes, F-14s, the measurements were exact. And, you know, get the machinist scale out and measure down to 64ths. Here, if it's in within a quarter mile, that's close enough. That's no good. Okay. All right, so now I need to look at the plans and see what they've got doubled up here. D is an eighth, C is 5/32, B is 5/32. What are we gonna see here? Man, I can't think today. 5/32. That's 8. 3/16 is no 532. 532. I gotta sit and think for a second. I'm getting flustered. It uses one that you have to make. So we've got 532. 532. 16th. So that's 8th. That's 1/8 inch plus 2/64. Is that right, guys? 2/64 plus a 5/16 or 1/8 is 5. Yeah, what did I say? 5/32. Is that right? All these goofy numbers. I don't want to use my fuselage sides that I got left. It's a piece of 1/8 inch. 1/8 of an inch. We'll do 1/8 on the front. I'm going to start cutting them back. This 1/8. 1/8 inch. Okay, 2 pieces of 1/8 inch. I have to cut this out. Gotta look at this plan again. Okay. At 30 seconds. That's number 2. So that one, we need to do that one there first. That's the cowl break. Yep. So both these need to be done in 1/8 inch. We'll work on this one first. Man, I bet it's funny to see me flustered like this. It's 1/8. I'll do this one 1/8 and that one at 3/32. I don't think that a 32nd of an inch is going to make that much of a difference. Okay, come on, break off there. If you've ever, anybody on here ever built an Outrage Bearcat, speak up so I know, who I can ask for advice. Okay, I want to mark these so that they're indexed. We're going to put an X here and an X here. And these will remain taped together, so we don't need to worry about that. This is the cowl. And we do need to worry about it. Tape it together, I guess. Okay. X and an X. So we want to do this to keep them oriented. Of course, this is supposed to be laser cut, so it should be perfect, but I don't trust nothing. Not with those mistakes I've already found. There we go. Okay, that's the jig part. We're not going to worry about that. Not yet. Tape off. I mentioned a couple of days ago, or yesterday maybe, the YouTube channel Project Farm. You guys need to check that out because he has videos on the best super glues, the best white glues, the best epoxies. And he shows you comprehensive. We got any glue in this? We got water glue in this. This is no good. Alphatic resin. I think we're going to put a little water in this, very little, to bring it back because I use such very little white glue that this bottle of glue is from 1990, I believe. It's pretty old. So when I go down to Lowe's today to buy me a Dremel, I'll make sure to pick up a bottle of white glue. Okay, add a little water to it, try to bring it back to life. We'll see what happens. Sounds like it did. Okay. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to put glue on here, set that on there, and I'll tack it with CA. We'll see what happens. So we need a little spreader. Let's see, do I have this still out? Yes. This is going to be a messy ordeal, it looks like. Okay, paper towels. I don't have any. Or do I? No paper towels. Nope, I do. Okay, one or two paper towels left. Yeah, gonna have to make another run. So the theory is going to be, remember, it's just a theory, that I'll cut this out on one side, sand it to shape, then place the other one right over the top of that on the other side. Jerry, you should have taken the cap off. I'm using Jerry's glue. Would have went to waste down in the basement, so. Okay, need a pin now. There we go. Okay. Come on, is it hard or what? No, it's still good. There we go. Sticky. Smoke it. Okay. Now we'll cut it out. Might have to get a new blade. Well, this is the theory anyway. Next one I'm going to have to cut a little bigger. I don't like that. It didn't come out right. Try again. This ended up cutting too small. So how am I going to do this? So we cut them to length. Get slow set CAM on. Or quick set. I don't know. I didn't like that. I would like this airplane to come out as nice as possible. So any mistakes, you know, that I'm making now, I'm going to correct now, not wait till the end and go, whoa, shit. Let's try it again. Now, I'm doing this exactly as Al stated, with the same size wood that Al stated, because this is a Sato 72 and this is up in the nose. So this is where it has to be the strongest, but I'm not going to go any more than 1/16 of an inch on the doublers behind the trailing edge. I don't know what Al's got in there. I'll probably end up grinding them out more than they are. I think I'm going to just have to block these and wait for them to dry. Got a little water on this paper towel. Get off any of the excess glue that kind of mushed on. So what happened was, is I took this knife and I cut it really close to the edge. And it kind of beveled over like that. So instead of doing that, we'll cut it 1/8 of an inch away. Like so. And sand down to it. That's better. Okay, let's tack it. So it doesn't move. Got a little accelerator here. Okay, so now we have one side glued on. It doesn't move, so I'm going to sand down to the plywood, holding it square. And we'll get it close, and then I'll glue the other side on, and then sand the two perfect. That makes sense. I think Alan Goff built one of these. That's what I'm told. Okay, that's perfect now. Whew, man, difficult. Get a fine sandpaper sanding block. Okay, and now I gotta cut the notches, and we'll line up the other one. I mean, this is gonna take some time, this airplane. But it's a challenge. I have never built an airplane with longerons. I won't sand those out until I get the other side glued on, and then I have some small file sanding sticks that we'll go ahead and sand everything out with. I guess I'll go back in and number this number 1, and we'll see how many it takes to do it. How many videos? Now the other airplanes that I built were an hour a day. Don't look for an hour a day. I can't keep up that pace. This will probably get carted back and forth to John's a few times. Okay. I'm not sure why this thing here just isn't light ply. I think light ply would be lighter. But this is Al's design, and I'm going to build it exactly as Al would want it. Okay. Okay, so that was that, and that is that side. Okay, glue her up. You know, guys, I put a lot of time into these videos. And yeah, they're boring for some. But I'm hoping that I can keep Control Line alive. I can pass on some of the skill I have. I mean, I think I have some skills. So make sure you like, subscribe, share. Super chats are great. And especially when they're as big as William did. That was unbelievable. I thank you again, William. It's for you guys who don't know what 99 pounds is worth, it's $130. So yeah, I normally would have it all put together by now, Craig. But this is a different animal. This is going to be a challenge. If you guys haven't got any of these from Pittsburgh, Harbor Freight, you need to get them. Spring clamps. Buy yourself 2 of these. They come in super handy. So this will been on 2 hours 9 minutes. Need to take a break. I'll probably come back later on this afternoon. Unlike yesterday at John's, we just run out of time over there. But we did get something in. I did get a little accomplished on the profile. But we'll be back over there working on the profile again. So I'm going to let that dry. And cut these out. File them out real good so everything fits clearance without any forcing. File out all the stringer and longeron grooves so I don't have any problem putting them in. So, like I say, it's going to be a complicated build, but whatever. Like, subscribe, share the videos. Let me see. I was gonna say something about the server. Yeah, I checked it this morning. I'm 739 short, and I got to pay that. It'll be on the 8th. So if you can donate on Stun Hanger, donate to the channel link. That way I get it right in. But I am short 738. Any of the super chats that are put in take a month to get. They won't be paid till next month or whatever. But I do appreciate it, and I really appreciate the largest super chat this channel's ever got from William. But like, subscribe, share the videos, and I appreciate you watching. I'll be back probably 1 or 2 o'clock Eastern time. See ya.